welcome. My name is Megan of Sentient Body. Today we're going to do a little bit of movement. As we go through, please remember I can't see you to see how you're adapting. So it's very important to be your own advocate as we go through this process. And you want to make sure to modify if anything feels like excessive strain or discomfort in the body, or will aggravate a pre-existing condition. If you're not sure how to do that, you can always sit out and contact me through social media, megan@sentientbody.org. Or, you can look at ways to modify if you know some already, using props at home, or just reducing the amount of strain is appropriate. So take breaks when you need it, modify when you need it, and let's get moving. For today, let's start standing up. Come to the back of your mat. Take a moment, bringing your feet about hips distance apart. Just lean from one side to the next. Swaying your balance one foot to another. Making that sway a little smaller. Maybe closing your eyes, turning inwards. Start to reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, getting nice and long through the spine. As you inhale, pick your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, roll them back down on the back. Lift your chin a little. Stretch the back of the head up behind you towards the back corner of the room. Nice big inhale, reach your arms all the way high. Fill your lungs, breathe in. Exhale, squeeze your shoulders under your back. Just your hands come down through heart center. As you're ready, next breath, inhale again. Reach tall, fill the lungs. And as you're ready to exhale, squeezing shoulders on the back, hands coming down. One more, nice big inhale, reach all the way tall. And this time as you exhale, keep the arms up as you squeeze just the shoulders down and on the back. I'm going to turn just so you can see me. Inhale, stretch all the way tall towards the ceiling. Exhale, lean over to the right. Keep squeezing your shoulders on your back body. As you breathe, imagine you can breathe into this left side of the lungs of the ribs. Nice big inhale, back up through center. Exhale, over to the right. Moving over the other way. Breathing into this opposite sides of the lungs. Reach with the hands, shoulders squeezing back down behind you. Nice big inhale, all the way up to center. Exhale, bend through the elbows. Squeeze the elbows down to either side of your ribcage. Hands coming down behind your hips. Reach your hands behind your back, interlock them. Nice big inhale, stretch the chin tall. Lift the hands away from the body. Exhale, holding it here for the next few breaths. Inhale, thinking about stretching long through the spine. Exhale, lifting the hands a little higher. Inhaling to get long. Exhaling to hold that down. One more breath, natural cycle. Exhale, bring the hands back to the hips, clutching hands, go shake it out. Beautiful. Nice big inhale, reach all the way tall. Exhale, hands pull forward, thumbs stay on the heart space. Inhale, stretch long through your spine. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Keep a really flat back as you start to come down. Bend your knees a little. Tuck your chin in. Coming down into a modified chair, starting to sit a little deeper into true chair if you like. Hips sinking deeper. Bring your body weight into the tops of your toes. Lift your heels nice and high. Keep your bum low. Push down through the toes. Start to reach up. Stay on tippy toes if you can. It's okay if your heels drop down. Really push through the big toe as you come up to standing. Staying on tippy toes with heels high. Nice big inhale. Stretch tall. Go a little slower than you want. Exhale, hands through center, back to heart space. Nice big inhale, reach tall. Hands through center, keep staying in tippy toes, one more breath. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, hands through centers, heels down. Hinge all the way forward at the hips, bend deeply through the knees. And start to stretch the top of your head towards the floor, letting your back round here. See if you can lean into your heels, trying to pick your toes up. Bend your knees a lot, activating different muscles of the calves. Straighten up a little. Bend the knees again. Good. Toes down. Nice big inhale. Stretch your arms all the way tall. Pull them right up overhead. Exhale. Hands down through heart space. Inhale. Pull yourself right up onto your tippy toes. Heels nice and high. Exhale fully. Inhale. Hands stretch straight up. Exhale. Leaning down and over to the right. Keep up on those tippy toes. Nice big inhale, back up to center. Exhale, over to the left. Keep those heels nice and high, embrace the wobble. Really push down through the big toe. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, start to push your hips out behind you, bending through the knees. Arms are reaching forward, or you can bring them into prayer. Hips sitting nice and low. Pull the belly in. Heels down. Pushing down through your heels, nice big inhale, reach top. Exhale, fully stretch the arms all the way wide. And let's take a nice wide step. Both legs nice and wide, toes are pointing forward. Taking a moment, bringing a little bend through our knees. Hands coming behind you, interlocking fingers. Nice big inhale. Stretch your hands away from your back body, letting the breastbone rise. And now start to hinge forward at your hips. Bend through your knees as you need to. Then lift the hands, let the back round. Tuck your chin all the way in so you're staring back between your legs. Bend your knees as you need to. Bringing your hands back towards your hips. Releasing your fingers, letting them come down to your lower legs, to the floor. You have a block or a prop you're using as a block at home. And let's take a nice deep bend in your right knee, starting to walk yourself over towards that side, bending deeply, letting the hips lower, stretching the back long. Keep all 10 toes pointing forward as you bring the stretch in through your inner thigh. Notice how it feels. Think about pushing your head forward, decompressing through the spine as the hips anchor behind you. On your outstretched foot, lift toes up towards the ceiling. And you can even add in a little balance here, lifting one or maybe both hands up to the heart. Or maybe it feels better to stay anchored on something. Hands are up, balancing, come back to take a steady support in the ground of your props now. Big toes coming back down towards the floor. Start to push into the hands, lifting the hips up again as we walk over to the second side. Nice deep bend through the knee. Start by keeping toes on the floor. Stretch the spine long, pressing the pelvis and the hips out behind you, leaning the crown of the head up towards knee at the top of the room. Lifting toes up towards ceiling. See if you can lift your torso a little higher. Maybe holding on to something. Coming into half prayer, full prayer. Definitely tell the difference in the ankles on this side, one side to the next. Just notice what you have. If you're balancing, bringing hands back to props or to the floor. Now, toes coming back down towards the center. Let's come back up into our wide leg forward fold. Hands coming up to the hips, deep bend through the knees, stretch the spine long, push through the heels as you pull yourself up. Heel toe your feet closer together and come down to the floor. Coming all the way down onto the floor. Take a moment. We'll have soles of the feet flat on the floor, knees up towards the ceiling. And shoulders tucked right underneath you. Trying to get as much openness through the top of the chest as possible. Think about pushing your back down into the floor, pushing your shoulders into the floor. Try to get as much contact through the back body as possible. Then we'll take the baby toe of your left foot, bringing it up and across your right thigh. Left knee pushes down and away from you, so you should feel that the same side hip. If you're not really feeling too much here, you can lift your other leg, reaching for the back of the thigh, okay? If you come here, it's important, left knee stays pushing down and away from your chest, very active, and you wanna be careful about the rounding that happens through the shoulders. So super important to plug those arm bones back in, instead of the fingers trying to grip back. You can use this whole lever to help bear the weight of the leg. It also gives the shoulder muscles a little resistance. So taking either opportunity here, knee pulling down and away for our last few breaths. And if you lifted your whole leg, releasing your hands, coming to put it back on the floor, and we'll come to switch sides, bringing right foot across left thigh, other knee peeling open, really activating through this lower side of the hip. Or I might decide I need more tension lifting my leg up. Knee pushes away, it's nice and active. And shoulders plug in and down towards the floor. Noticing what you feel. Last few breaths here. If you lifted your leg, release your hands, bring both feet back down to the floor. Everyone coming down, walking your feet nice and wide, reaching your arms nice and wide. Nice big inhale, let the belly fill. Exhale, let both knees drop over to one side. Stay here for a full breath in and a full breath out. Riding the next inhale up through center and the next exhale down to the new side. Stay here for a full breath cycle. We'll repeat this a few times side to side. Inhaling to come up through center. Exhaling to find the new side. You can even turn your head to look opposite knees. Just moving with your own breath. Maybe do one more. And from here, coming into Shavasana, letting your legs come down nice and long, bringing your arms somewhere comfortable. If you get low back pain, it may feel better to take a bend through the knees, letting them fall together. If this is not a comfortable shape, I strongly encourage you to take whatever shape would feel good. This is also a nice time to put on a sweater, cover yourself in a blanket, get nice and cozy. You can close your eyes, turn your attention inward. So take a moment, get yourself comfy. Let yourself settle in. Notice the shape you find yourself in. See if you can turn your attention inwards, noticing all the places that you touch the mat beneath you. Start at the top of your head. Notice which parts of you, excuse me. Whew. Let's try that all again. Come to settle on your mat in whatever shape feels best. Let's start paying attention from the very top of the head all the way down. I want you to notice all the parts of you that touch a prop, a blanket, your mat. Feel what supports are available beneath your head. Let your head get heavy and sink in. Feel the tension melt away from around the eyes, letting the eyebrows lift just a little. Become aware of your teeth. Let your mouth open slightly, bringing a little space between the back molars. Maybe swallow a few times, letting go of tension through the front of the throat. Let your shoulders drop. Notice what parts of your shoulders, your back of the ribs. Notice where it touches, supports beneath you. Let yourself get nice and heavy. Start to become aware of how your breath moves through your upper body. Not changing, just notice. Feel your low back and your hips. Let them sink into the support beneath them. Let the tension melt out of your hips and pelvis. Sink into the shape you're in. Just letting yourself melt in. Letting your legs get heavy. Just come to bring your attention back to the flow of your own breath. Cool. You can stay here for as long as you need. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. When you are ready to go slow, invite movement in slowly. And come back to this moment. You always have some calm available for you. You just have to take a few deep breaths to get there sometimes. Thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste.